Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tito Clock. So please welcome your host, James Deacon.
Look who's in pink today. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Tito Clock. It's Tito James here with Rocket Chip. Hello, Rocket Chip. He's just, we bring him on the intro because, well, it's a big show and, you know, we got to get him into the groove a little early. So he's got his special pink outfit on today. You didn't get beaten up by the other dogs on the way up, Rocket? Yeah, he probably did get bullied by the big dogs in the building. We're probably, look at the little poodle in the pink shirt. Hey guys, what's up? How you all doing? Where are you doing it from? Let's check the comments box to see. Okay, Janelle, I can see you. What's up, Janelle? Long time Tito Clocker. Let's see who's first. Oh my God, Ian beat Mayan and June, I think. Wow. All right, here we go. Let me see a few more names. Cheryl, Peter, Chris Williams, Ian Arcelana, Burns, Jessa, Toison, Michael Villena. Come on, let's do a couple more. Vicky, De Jesus, Peter Mullen, Jella, and Giselle Venti. Okay, let's leave it there for now. We've got a big show for you. I mean, I'm sure you already know that, right? It is super big because it is probably one of our biggest. I haven't actually done the math, but it's probably one of the biggest, right? Yeah, showcases at least, because there's like a foldable bike from Bassini. There's a foldable bike. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like, you're not gonna be left wanting. You're gonna walk away from this just like shocked, especially if you win the battery. Get it? Because forget it. Anyway, let's kick things off with the latest in headlines, and for that, we need Chris. Chris, what you got there for us? Chris, be kind.
Hello, Tito James. Good afternoon, my fellow Tito Clockers. Happy Friday! This is Chris for your Tito Clock News. The total COVID-19 vaccine supply delivered to the Philippines has hit 100,528,840 doses on Thursday, October 28 at 8:30 p.m. with the arrival of additional 976,950 Pfizer doses procured by the national government. Earlier in the day, more than 800,000 AstraZeneca doses donated by Japan were also added to the national inventory. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. said the achievement is not only a product of the country's efforts, but is also a testament to the strong cooperation and will among international partners and stakeholders. He noted nearly 30% of the overall supply have been donated by various entities, including the World Health Organization-led COVAX facility. The Philippines' first vaccine shipment was Sinovac's CoronaVac, donated by China in late February. Latest government data shows 57.49 million doses have been administered to around 31 million Filipinos since March, with over 26 million people fully inoculated. The government is optimistic it can reach its 1.5 million daily inoculation target by November 15. The Philippine College of Physicians said today that Metro Manila may ease to alert level 2 as COVID-19 cases and hospital admissions continue to decline, but the public must be constantly reminded to follow health protocols. Because of the vacancies of beds in COVID ICU and wards, PCP President Dr. Maricar Limpin said hospitals are seeing more admissions of non-COVID-19 patients, which is a sign that the situation in medical facilities is improving. Daily new cases are averaging 3,000 for this week, with less than 1,000 cases recorded in Metro Manila. According to Octa Research, the capital region is now low risk for COVID-19. Interior Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya said local executives in the National Capital Region are ready for Metro Manila's shift to alert level 2, wherein more businesses will be allowed to operate and increase their capacity. The alert level 3 in Metro Manila will lapse on October 31. The interagency task force is expected to announce the next alert level today. Senator Grace Poe said today that the national government should work faster to pay drivers of public utility vehicles or PUVs under the service contracting program to aid them amid the rising prices of fuel. Poe said the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board or LTFRB has released 539.6 million pesos from September 13 to October 23 out of the 3.38 billion pesos earmarked this year to settle unpaid incentives for drivers under the service contracting program. LTFRB also reported that it has spent 2.289 billion pesos out of the 5.58 billion pesos from the program's budget under the Bayanihan 2, which expires in June this year. The senator said the LTFRB should coordinate with the Land Bank of the Philippines to ensure proper crediting of the money to the payee drivers or operators without further delay. Poe stressed that the government must give a definite response to the operators regarding the settling of the payables. Newly appointed head coach Alan Stadges of the Philippine women's football team expressed optimism in the country's bid for a first ever stint in the FIFA Women's World Cup in 2023. Stadges is tasked to lead the team in the upcoming 2022 AFC Women's Asian Cup in India, where 5 WWC slots will be up for grabs, as well as a qualification for an interconfederation playoff. Coach Stadsis takes the reins for the Filipina Booters with an impressive resume after leading the Australia Matildas to back WWC berths in 2015 and 2019. Now, with an upcoming Philippine team at his charge, the Australian coach hopes to make his third straight appearance in women's football's top competition. The Philippine team is expected to fly out to Irvine, California next month for months-long camp as well as a tryout in preparation for the regional TIFF. Most recently, the Philippines went undefeated in the qualifiers for the Asian Cup in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, under the tutelage of Marlon Maro. Those were the latest in headlines, and now we're ready for you, birthday boy. Let's take a look at the inbox.
Yeah, better put my cap
You
on.
ready?
Yeah, there you go. It's my calming cap. Let's go. What you got there for us?
All right. First up, we got Distancia, amigo.
Ayun, may balloons pa, oh. Yan, no?
Oh, di ba? Birthday na birthday.
Happy pa. Birthday na. Happy pa. Okay, go.
Happy na, birthday pa. All right. Our first one is called Distancia, amigo. Please don't blame me for showing you this. It's the titoclockers.
Oh, ang sakit yun sa kwan. The shins. The shin.
Sa ano?
You're walking past in between cars in a car park and may ganyan and you whack your shin on the tow bar, you will know there's a God because you will call his name. Maybe his sons as well. Because it's like, yeah, I mean, look, I know the reason we have tow bars and stuff, but yeah, that's the danger of them. I'm not saying it's illegal or anything. It's just that's the danger of them. Normally in Australia and stuff where they tow a lot, they put something on it, like something rubber and soft, so that it's not as, like if you hit your knee on it. Of course, if you hit your car, it's going to be like that. So ang sakit. Ang sakit. Sorry, I went straight for the shin. I didn't even think about the car there because I felt it right away. I've walked into a few of them. Bad trip for the Fortuner. Bad trip. Or Innova. I'm not sure. Let's Fortuner. Got the scoop.
Ouchie.
Ouch. Next.
Oh, well. Next, let's do where do I go now?
It's
I was just talking about this with my dad like last week, I think.
Do they get pick on with you if you drive over it?
I'm not sure. I don't think they have a choice. And sabi ng tatay ko kasi nga they have to dry it and they don't have the machine for it. That's why they do that.
It's a very controversial topic because there are two sides to it. Obviously,
yes.
There's really no if you're looking at the law, there's really no excuse, right? It's a public road.
Mhm.
You shouldn't put anything like that. So that's clear. But
True.
then you gotta also understand we're living in a. I'm not justifying because it's still
Yes.
a road for cars, but it gets trickier because they don't. Where else are they going to put their dry out their crops? I mean, they
Mhm.
should have it. They should, but then we should have a lot of things to buy. If you wanted to go down that avenue, well, you should have your own drying machine. It's like, yeah, well, we should have social security. We should also have a
Uh-huh.
lot of other
True.
things, you know.
A lot of
So
other
I want to
things
go
that we
down that.
all need. Indeed,
But
I
yeah, I
agree.
feel it because it's a one-way street now. There's like it's both. Normally they make it side by side, diba? So this
Yes,
time
yes.
it's a whole street.
Tala-
Like normally you
Talagang
would
buo na.
have the opposite going to the lane.
Walang
Anyways,
choice.
walang
Walang
choice.
choice.
The
Walang
right
no
of way.
choice dito.
Dun sa ibang
Wala.
bansa, may right of way.
Mhm.
Dito may rights of way.
Right of way.
Ang bilis
All right, Tito James. Yes.
You gotta hold your finger on that button, Chris. You
I
gotta be a little
know.
faster. You gotta be a
Yeah.
little.
Sige,
You
sige.
got drum
Ready na ako.
You never know when a teacher joke's gonna just
I
come out.
know. I was reminding myself that parang kailangan naka-ready ako mamaya. Naka-ready naman na eh, kaso yung cursor nasa kabilang side.
Uh,
Pasensya na,
every time
pasensya
I
na.
come up with those jokes, I like feel the eye roll of my children. I feel it. I feel it.
I'm sure. I'm sure. If it was my dad, I'd probably do it as well. But, you know, oh
Okay,
well.
go.
Sige. Next up, we have bike lang.
Uy.
Paano
Oy,
naman
okay.
namang cars?
Well, technically he's not really on the bike lane. He's on the footpath, but
Konti na lang. Like
konti na
1
lang.
inch.
1 inch.
Maybe
What's
like-
1 inch
like-
between friends?
Oo.
Fair enough. He's really.
What about the other one? Is this an L300?
Yeah. Well, at this point, it could be anything. It's one of those body builds
Yeah.
on the back. It could be an L300 or 2700, but that's only for the car people who would care. But I know what you're trying to say. One of those delivery vans, yes. And he's got most of his butt in there. So both of these guys, everyone except the Blue Panda guy on his bicycle,
Mhm.
get it.
Ang galing sumingit ni Kuya. Gagalingan mo sumingit talaga dyan.
But there's a lot of how do you call it? I wouldn't call it controversy, but there's growing concerns about the bike lanes, and this is
What
coming
is it?
from. I'm a bike advocate, right? A cycling advocate,
Mhm.
but I can see where the feelings coming from. It's a very tough situation we're in because we're putting bike lanes, or they have put bike lanes on major roads. If you've noticed,
Mhm.
the situation is, and this has nothing to do with the previous photo. Please don't
Yeah.
connect this as one being a justification for the other. This is just sentiments that are being sort of articulated now, just sentiments
Mhm.
so far.
True.
And I'm kind of seeing where they're coming from because people and motorists are saying there's not enough bikers using the bike lanes and they're taking up a full lane. I said, well, it's technically half a lane. Yes, but if you take up half a lane, you can't use the other half. So it's a lane. And then
Yeah.
there's not enough of them. So in a country or a city as
Mhm.
congested as Metro Manila, is it the proper allocation of space? The bikers will of course say, and they have a good point too, which is how
Yeah.
are you going to get more bikers in there if you don't start it first? You can't, it's a chicken
Mhm.
and the egg, right? So the government
Yes.
has to put the lanes down for the bikers to use it. But it's been about a year already, almost, of bike lanes, and we don't really see the network growing.
Yep.
Getting a little bit controversial, or it's getting some people a little bit, they're talking about it because I can kind of see where they're going. It's like maybe we should start looking at turning that into a motorcycle lane instead. I know it's awful. I know it's not attractive, but when you look at the use of space in a place as congested as a city, you
Yeah.
might want to rethink out of the box and say, well, yes, okay, that's not really, ideally it should be bike lanes, but
Yes.
if you're going to put it in priority of what's the most urgent, maybe we start developing them as motorcycle lanes.
Yeah,
Just
I
thinking.
agree. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a
Well,
good it's a good conversation then, Tito James.
It
At
is.
least people are talking about it. Hopefully, people will also think about proper solution for it soon.
Yes, yes, true. And we'll host a discussion about that. So I just wanted to start it off with you because you brought that up. So anyway,
Yeah. All right, Tito James. Next up, we're halfway there. We're halfway there. Next up is called wheel balancing.
oi, Joby Oreta, shout out to him. And Joby's a biker. So Joby says a
Hi.
lot of bikers on the lane. So thanks, Joby, for that. We're gonna host a proper conversation. It's not that I feel it should be shut down, of course. I'm just we need to talk about it because the other concerns of the
Yeah.
bikers, it's not built to spec, so they don't feel safe
Mm,
using them. So it's not
true.
a definitely not a criticism on bikers because Joby's my biking buddy. So
Oh,
next.
cool. All right. Up next, again, this is called wheel balancing. Not for the faint of heart.
Oh, well, that's really, really good, isn't it?
Is really, really good indeed. Ay, nako, Tito
Getting
James, you
better.
are on a roll.
On a roll. You did it too.
Yes,
The wheelie.
diba?
And the wheelie on the roll. Oh, she's
Oh,
punning as well.
yes.
It's contagious. It's Tita
Yes.
Chris now.
Oh, yes, indeed. It's Tita Chris for you.
Okay, this Tita thing is getting contagious.
I
Next.
know. Mahawa na lahat. All right. Last two, we have what we call zoom, zoom, zoom. Let's have a good time inside the toilet. At the bathroom.
Ah! I love it. I love it. Oh my god, that is so
Ang cute, diba?
awesome. That is
Ang
so
cute.
awesome. Okay. It's my birthday too, in case anyone's watching wants, is having a difficult time with gift ideas. That one.
Yeah. So this is this is your wish list, Tito James.
Wait, is that a single seater or hindi naman pwedeng tandem dyan siguro naman?
Hindi naman yata. It's single seater, Tito James. Mahirap ang
Wala.
tandem dyan.
Salamat.
Oo. At least may balance ka, 'di ba? While doing your business.
Oh,
We're
oh
all
my
gonna
God.
love that. Woo!
Okay.
All right, Tito James. Last but not the least, this is what we called hashtag salute. And look at
Hope
the
we can
baby,
have
so
a pretty
cute.
hard working bud delivery rider's named Hershey. Can I say? Oh, he delivered the baby. what am I watching here?
Uh,
Because I'm just reading
I was
delivery. I'm seeing the baby. He didn't deliver that baby. I hope, right? What's going on here? What am I watching?
no, I think he's a delivery guy who's taking care of a baby. Not sure if
He's
it's
like
his
bringing his
baby.
own son around, and while he has to
Yeah.
work. Oh,
Yes,
man.
because probably walang babysitter. So yeah, kudos to you, Kuya,
Kudos to
for
you. We don't know your backstory, but salute anyway. You know what? I think I'm pretty sure that you're doing that is because what's that? The photo warms me up. Good
yes,
job there.
it does. It's so cute. All right, Tita James, that's all we have for today, and we made it! Yes, 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 and belated happy birthday to you! Yes, thank you so much, and may we all have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Advance congratulations to all of our raffle winners. Avoid kamote people, but always choose happiness with some sugar rush. Let's all stay safe, healthy, and hydrated. Happy Halloween, everybody. This is Chris. See you guys. Bye, Tita James. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye, Chris. And that's Chris with the latest in headlines. It always has that little sweet parting shot about the sugar and the kamote. That's what makes this particularly sweet, doesn't it? Oh, you can see your name underneath there too. Chris Bernetta, Chris Napenas on IG. You can hook up with her there if you want to just, you know what? You need a voice talent. You need an online host. She does that as well. So thanks, Chris. And that was the latest in headlines. And yeah, I think it was, I just got, wanted to remember maybe to invite somebody on the show to discuss how best to use bike lanes. It's probably the better way of putting it, because I'm not certainly suggesting we take them out, because I've been an advocate for that for a long time, and I do believe a country like ours, or let's go city by city na lang instead of full country, no, developing nations will benefit the most from, I guess, this kind of transport because it's cheap, it's reliable, it is healthy, and just needs a proper network. But again, the reality is, if they're going to build a proper network, for me, it's a no-brainer. You go down the Dutch route, you go down those Scandinavian routes where they really develop their bike networks, and now they have more people on bikes than they do with cars, and they just have it's a far better transport experience. And so you can't really use weather as a barrier, because if you go to Amsterdam or those places in Norway, Sweden, Denmark, it gets very cold. And when it rains there, it gets, oh my gosh, it's no fun. I'd rather be riding here in the rain than there in the rain. So it's difficult because unless they do it properly, then it's very hard to really push the bikers to use it. And if they don't do it properly, well, then the motorcycles and the car riders feel like, well, it's medyo hilaw. Why don't we use a space? So anyway, we'll talk more about that when I get a proper guest to bounce things off, because I want to make sure it's thorough and all that. So there we go. That was, we've covered the headlines. We've covered a little bit of that. And now, for those of you who missed out on Free Plug Friday, which is basically all of you who didn't get to see it because we couldn't do it last week, well, here it is. This is Free Plug Friday. This is where we put together just a little bit of something to help out the local community as they pivot into something new. It is really something we like to put for small businesses. So if you are a small business that has pivoted, have no budget for advertising, but want to get your message out there, well, Free Plug Friday is exactly what we created it for, just for you. For that, we need X. X! What you got in the box there, X?
Hi DJs, we actually have a lot in store once again, but before we go there, I just want to say hi to all titoclockers. Welcome to another edition of Free Plug Friday! Who gets for our Free Plug Friday without happy birthday, DJs! Anyway, guys, let's start Free Plug Friday by getting some home-baked pastries from the Peg Kitchen. So the Peg Kitchen, Tito James, was founded back in 2018 by a mom of 5 kids who just started out with simple home recipes and has now expanded into creating different trays and pastries. So Tito James, the Peg is known for their classic cheese rolls, just like the ones here in front of you.
I thought you were going to mention the brand name, man.
No. Just like the Peg.
Very much like the brand.
How did you find it, Tito James?
Very similar to the brand name. That's good. It's good stuff.
Okay.
I had one. I popped in the microwave just to get a little bit, and very, very nice. Perfect, salty, sweet kind of mix, when they get that cheese and then the sugar on the top.
That's right. I
enjoyed it.
I actually love them too because I found them very soft, fluffy, and it had the right amount of cheese, not too overpowering actually. And they also sent some of their goodies, such as the Korean garlic cream cheese.
I tried that.
How was it?
Wow,
I never even got the chance to.
That is so unique. It's something unique to me anyway. I've never really tried something like that. Wow. The garlic was spicy because it's like real garlic.
Okay.
And it's sweet. So it's just so
there's so
many conflicting, competing flavors. It's really cool. It's an acquired taste. I'm sure that some people would kind of, it's like sweet garlic bread in a way.
It's Korean normally. It's
I know. So once you get your head around that, look, if you watch Squid Games and got it, you probably love it.
I'm sure, guys. Anyway, they also sent in their classic banana loaf, and this one had chocolate chip on top, and it even has cream cheese filling. So, guys, price is 150 pesos for 6 pieces of cheese rolls. 200 pesos for a round tray of their classic cinnamon rolls. Were you able to try that?
I did. I tried the cinnamon rolls too.
I kind of failed to try that.
I tried them all for you.
Oh, thanks, Steve James. And guys, again, price for that. Again, price is 200 pesos for a round tray of their classic cinnamon rolls. 300 pesos for 4 large pieces of their Korean garlic cream cheese buns, and it's 300 pesos for a classic banana loaf, and 400 pesos for a banana loaf with cream cheese filling and chocolate chips. Again, the Peg Kitchen on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to La Mudras. So, Tito James, La Mudras is another home-based business located in Merville, Parañaque, that offer their homemade recipes such as chocolate chip cookies, powdered polvoron, and tuna casserole. Tito James, I remember you saying that you actually thoroughly enjoyed the chocolate chip cookies.
I was wondering why it tasted like home because Merville was my home for many, many years.
I know.
My stomping grounds as a little boy. Up until not long ago, maybe 3 years ago, I was there. So all my life in Merville.
Wow.
And I loved the chocolate chip cookies. I really did.
How about the powdered polvoron?
Okay, I ate all of it, so I guess that speaks for itself.
And it even came with a tiny little spoon, which is actually pretty
Really,
cool,
I didn't
right?
find that. I went straight into it with a big spoon, and I just like it was like it tasted like a classy polvoron. I mean, if you're used to the like let's say it used to be Goldilocks.
Goldilocks was the gold standard.
The gold standard,
yes.
and of course still very, very good. But this one had like parang was a little bit artsier, more texture.
So
and
like
stuff like
artisanal.
that. A little bit
Would you
more.
say?
a
Would
little
you
bit
say?
more,
All right. How
On
about?
special occasion?
Okay, that's cool. And how about their tuna casserole? I was able to try.
I tried.
I tried,
Yeah, I
and-
ate pretty much all of that.
Wow. So I guess to say, it's safe to say that you actually love all the products of La Mudra's. Anyway, guys, for those who want to try, price is 180 pesos for a jar of powdered polvoron, 190 pesos for a dozen chocolate chip cookies, and it's 450 pesos for their tuna casserole. Again, La Mudra's on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Patty's Garden PH. So Patty's Garden PH offers fresh herbs as well as fruity and leafy vegetables. And this all started in the garage of their home because it was too risky to go to the grocery because of the pandemic. So the owner decided to grow vegetables and herbs herself. So they sent over some of the herbs that they've been growing in their greenhouse, just the peppermint, java mint, chocolate mint, thyme, rosemary, and oregano. And what's cool about this is all of these include a description so you can get to know the herbs better, together with other useful information such as the light, soil, and water requirements, Tito James. So I love how thorough they are, especially since all of these require a personalized type of care. And sorry, Rocket, I know this is not your thing, you know, I'm sure you'd like try something else, but still, it's pretty cool, right? And now it's sitting at the balcony of the office.
He's just upset because there was no rocket lettuce.
Anyway, guys, price starts at 70 pesos, which can go as high as 150 pesos per pot of herb. And all you need to do is add 30 pesos if you wanted to come with a black pot. And price starts at 80 pesos and can go as high as 200 pesos for the fruit and vegetable bearing plants such as tomatoes, eggplants, calamansi, siling labuyo, rambutan, papaya, avocado, and many, many more. Hope you can check them out, Patty's Garden PH on Facebook and Instagram.
I don't want to be like giving out advice because I'm probably the worst
right.
person to give out advice for plants and stuff. So I usually kill them. But assume you're not me and you have a green thumb.
Yeah.
This is wonderful to keep on your kitchen ledge or stuff like that because you smell it all the time.
Yes, and if you want to cook, if it's just easy to like peel it off and just put it off as a garnish, it's perfect for pasta, for rice, for meat.
But even when you're not cooking, when you're not using it to cook, the aromas in your kitchen all the time.
It smells so good. And they even offer lavender too. Anyways, again, hope you can check him out. Patty's Garden PH on Facebook and Instagram. Next, we go to Rough Trading Co. They offer 100% hand-woven and hand-dyed pet beds made of abaca, which are machine washable and have reversible pillows, as well as collar, leash, and a smart pet tag that you can customize. So what's cool about this, Tito James, is a smart pet tag is you can customize not just the name, but even the message in the QR code where
that's what Rocket has right now,
that's what Rocket is wearing right now. It has a QR code, so just in case, you know.
Wait, I scanned it.
You scanned it, what did it say?
Gcash.
Gcash number.
It just goes through Gcash, yeah.
Well,
and it deducted straight
Rocket's
away.
a little bit enterprising.
Yeah, no, I mean, I scanned it just to see it. Boom! It took like $100 out of my Gcash.
Oh, that's raw. That's cute.
Oh,
That's cuteness fee.
But you can program the QR, right?
You can definitely program it for a message, or you can put your number there so you can automatically dial. But it's a joke.
It was X's number. It actually dialed straight.
it actually done pretty straight for an
That's
iPhone.
straight. I
Straight
mean,
away.
like, yeah. I mean, I saw the preview of the message, and I tapped the message, and it just went straight to her phone.
Well, hopefully you guys won't need it, but for those who need, this is actually a pretty cool feature to have on the collar or tag of your pet. So guys, price starts at 1,190 for each pet bed, while it's for 1,450 for the collar and 2,750 pesos for the leash. And also for the smart pet tag, it's 600 pesos. So, but what's cool, guys, is if we can get the owner to raffle up some of these for our titoclockers here. So what can they do, like, just in case?
Well, they should actually, technically speaking, be more of a ruffle.
That's a good one.
Oh.
That's good. So maybe just in case they do decide to raffle off, maybe we can ask them to like put a paw up and see
Yeah,
if
why
they get
not?
to agree.
Yeah.
Who knows? By the end of the show, they might
the joke.
agree after all. So guys, for now, hope you can check them out. Rough Trading Co. on Facebook and Instagram and on their website. Last but not least, we go to Lowkey Pomades. So Tita James, Lowkey Pomades is a grooming brand that started back in 2015 that offer two different types of pomade that come in two oil-based variants, which are the heavy hold, medium shine, that come in 5 cents. As you can see there, Tita James vanilla, bubblegum, nectarine, aqua, and silver mountain, and another variant which is the extreme hold, low shine, that comes in a powder scent. And they all come in these cute 50-gram containers that come with a pouch and stickers for every purchase. How did you find the scent, Tita James? I mean,
Let me give you my 2 cents on the scent. This is, I'm just, as we're speaking,
yeah.
going through them so I can give you a nice, I don't know what they're
To
called.
be honest,
but,
I love the vanilla. I mean, I won't be using
is
it,
this
but
the vanilla? That smells like powder or something.
that's a powder
Very,
one.
very nice. Okay, and then doing this live, so
Silver Mountain smells pretty good.
all right. You know, I'm sure the audience are feeling completely
That
neglected.
coolest, yeah, neglected. Sorry, guys. But
Like,
anyway,
like,
I love
you
the
know
vanilla.
that this is not smell-o-vision, right? But I'm trying to
it's
describe
very
it for you. It smells fresh. It smells
fresh.
nice, and I like the fact that it's not shiny. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that puts me off pomade. Is usually it was one type of pomade. It was just like an oil slick, and that's it.
And
right?
that's it.
At least
Yeah,
growing
exactly,
up, it was. So
exactly.
when you have like this low shine, hard hold, stuff like that, it makes it brings it into the modern times.
Oh, so what's cool about this is actually, Tita James said the containers are pretty small enough and pretty handy, so you can bring it around anytime you need.
Yep,
Everywhere
you
you go.
just never know when you need emergency pomade.
I know, our friend. Anyways, price is 250 pesos per set. Again, it comes with stickers, and some even come with sterile keys and a comb. Anyways, hope you can check them out. Lowkey Pomade on Facebook, Instagram, and Shopee. Well, that's all we have for this week's edition of Free Plug Friday. Stay safe and always sanitize your clockers. This is X. Peace out. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. Happy birthday, Tita James. Woo, 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 woo. Ship. What the hell? No.
Thanks, X. And that was Free Plug Friday, which is basically our little contribution to the local community, especially those who have just pivoted into something new and don't have yet a budget for advertising, but still want to get the word out. So if that's you, well, you can see on the bottom there, if you want to be a part of Free Plug Friday, we've got the IG account that you can message, scrolling at the bottom. X will get onto that straight away. There's a little bit of a waiting list, but you know what? Sometimes you never know. Somebody drops out and you get bumped up. So it's still worth popping her a message. Only if you're a small business. If you got a big business, you got budget, you know, there are other places for this. Let's save this for the smaller guys, right? So that is Free Plug Friday, everybody. Okay, well, now we are about just over halfway into the show, and there's still so much more to get through because aside from the major raffle, which we're hosting at the end of the show, big news out of today is the new branding of Facebook. I don't know if you caught that, but you should have. It was pretty big news. It's pretty much taken the internet by storm. They're going to call Facebook Meta. That is the official new name. And more importantly, it is shifting out of their current model, which some would say is one-dimensional, into a metaverse, which is 4 or 5D. I mean, it's really going to be an immersive experience. I'm not here to walk you through the metaverse. I really... last people I trust around the metaverse is Facebook. But what I'm saying is that it has opened up incredible opportunities as we are now cementing ourselves into a digital economy. So that's why we've invited our next guest, who is a financial wizard guru, well, very well known guy anyway in the financial circles, but more, he's our friend. So please welcome up Marvin Germo. Hi, Marvin.
Hi, hi, hi.
Welcome to the show. You're finally on our show this time. I've been on your show. We've been on other people's shows together. You're now on Tita Clock. Welcome.
It's an honor to be here. No, it's always an honor and happy birthday. Ngayon ko lang
Thank you.
na-experience backstage also yung energy ni X. I didn't know sobrang lakas.
Oh, that's her little pet project. That's her little baby, Free Plug Friday. Yeah, she's like really into that all week. She's like photographing things and putting it all together. And so I'm glad you noticed. It really does mean a lot. Marvin, as I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to ask you on the show because, well, today's news is pretty big, and it just happens to dovetail with what we're experiencing now in the crypto market, which is the bull run and the last quarter bull run that everybody's been looking forward to. So I wanted to get your thoughts firstly on the news of Facebook. Does this lend into the whole crypto scheme? Is this something, do you think, that's going to drive crypto mainstream?
That's a good question. So I've been tracking the metaverse also for some time as I enter the crypto market. And what's interesting to note is that number one, Facebook is putting in a lot of money into this, and you won't hire 10,000 plus engineers if you don't think it's the future. It's actually them putting their money to where they see it will go. And a couple of things that I've seen from the pandemic. Since we're all accustomed to just stay at home, we're all accustomed communicating, doing all of our transactions at home. The metaverse, in my opinion, is something that will happen in the next few years, but the pandemic accelerated everything. And the whole push kasi of cryptocurrencies is decentralization. What Facebook is doing is they're creating their own metaverse, but it's centralized in its manner. I think that's one of the differences between getting into the metaverse from a cryptocurrency perspective, where there are different nodes trying to validate it, versus in Facebook you have one central company governing everything. But if it's the question of, is the metaverse here to stay, will we see a lot of concerts, events, meetings, maybe weddings and some gatherings happen in cyberspace? I think that's where it's going. And what's so interesting, when you're younger, parang you think that this is something that's way off, but we're actually experiencing it right now, and we will see it in our generation.
Yes, you bring up some great points, Marvin. And I liked how you obviously said that, we invest in crypto, especially like Bitcoin, because it's decentralized, and this is completely the opposite way, which is another centralized force. Which is why I said also in my intro, if there's the last person I'm going to trust with my metaverse is Facebook, especially after everything that they've done. The reason for the question is that, do you see that while it will be centralized, and if they do come up with their own cryptocurrency, like
Happy birthday. The energy is. Instagram. Next.
Here we go. All right, Marvin. I'm so you know, we can't even, I don't know why we're talking about the metaverse. We can't even have internet in the normal verse, right? In the current verse, like in the 1.0 version of it. And we're gonna try to do. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if everything around you was controlled by the internet and we have our local telcos running it? Okay, what I was trying to say is that don't the reason I was trying to link the current crypto market is, do you feel that that will be a base? Because if Facebook develops a metaverse, obviously other private companies are also going to, if it's profitable, develop their own. And I believe, in my simple understanding of the metaverse, that like if you watch Ready Player One, we'll get to choose which type of metaverse we want to live in, right? We might have one that's done by Apple, one by done by Facebook, and one by Google, and they all have sort of different core values. But the centralized, or the currency, or the base layer currency will be something like Bitcoin or Ethereum, which you go into that metaverse and you swap for their local DM, Libra, or whatever. So do you see it effectively being that base layer currency of the next generation of the internet?
So I think one of the easiest ways for people to actually look at a parallelism to this is Axie Infinity, because there's a game right now, Sandbox. The token is Sand also. So all of the transactions that will happen in that metaverse, you will have to use the token Sand. So whoever develops it, whatever currency or token that they would use, that would be used also for all of the transactions related to it as well. So it could be that they could have their own currency that could connect different games all together, but it could be per company they have their own native token and coin as well. So I think it's so early still, because we haven't actually seen games that have been played literally directly into a metaverse as well. So it's pretty exciting to see how Sandbox will develop, because they have a lot of branded teams included. Walking Dead is signed up with them, so you can actually see how interesting it goes. But what I like about the metaverse is this, especially for the ones highly connected to crypto, is that you get to buy a piece of your own land, and it's mind blowing that you get to own a pixel in cyberspace that's hundreds of thousands of pesos already in fiat money, for something that is so small, and you can't even build anything around it that's tangible. So that's something that's mind blowing, that people are actually buying pieces of land in the metaverse above and beyond. People have been buying accessories in games for so long, but land itself, I think that's a different ball game altogether, and that's what makes it a bit interesting.
It's certainly interesting, because even for a boomer like myself, I mean, I can certainly see the potential of this. NFTs are another thing that's blowing up, because that's going to be a huge part of the metaverse. It's definitely happening. It's probably going to happen before the mid part of 2020s, before we start seeing the first metaverse being used. But let's shift into cryptocurrency, because we're also running out of time, and there's a bull market that's either happening or about to happen. Is it happening right now, or is it about to happen?
So what's interesting about that? There's so many theories about crypto right now on where we are, but based on what we saw over the past few months and years, we haven't really left it. If you zoom out and you look at the long-term chart of Bitcoin as a whole, its upward trajectory is still there. There are months and seasons where there are downward corrections, which is normal for it given its volatility, and everyone's still trying to grasp what its value is. But if you look at the long term, the upward trajectory of Bitcoin is pretty much intact, and we just came from a steep correction from 64,000 to 28,000, and we're just moving steadily from an upward aspect towards that. So from a technical analysis point of view, what I'll look out for is the previous resistance was around 64,000 from the last downward move that we have. If we stay above 64,000, there's a very, very larger sense that we could see the markets continually push higher as well. So that's one. And number two, I'd like to say this, that when we invest in Bitcoin, look at it look at it in terms of technology, look at it on how disruptive it is. That there will be volatility, there will be downward moves, there will be downward shifts, but it's your conviction on it that will allow you to somehow not sell when it's high, and somehow pick up more also when it's down and lower.
Okay, so it's definitely on its way up. It's definitely the way of the future. We're gonna have to leave it there. So can you leave a little bit of advice for some of our? I mean, I don't know if you're. I'm so used to people talking about crypto going not financial advice. Are you allowed to give financial advice because you are a finance guy? Would you like to leave
Um,
them with some final bits?
so what's interesting about crypto is this. A lot of people are jumping into it because uh everyone's making money, everyone's jumping in, but no matter how shiny the investment is, if you don't understand it, if you're putting in money that you need, if you're putting in money na uutang kayo para gamitin yon, or you will use it over the next few months, then it's not worth it. The best type of investment is something that you understand, it's something that you know, and it's something that you have full conviction in. If no matter how much we explain it and then you think Bitcoin is not for you, then don't go for it. The name of the game in any investment is conviction. And if you have conviction towards Bitcoin, Ethereum, or regardless of what crypto or blockchain it is, then deploy capital towards it. Deploy an amount of money that is small in terms of your portfolio. Then when you gain more exposure, you gain more experience, you understand it more, put in more money, because at the end of the day, it will be volatile. It will continue to be volatile. Uh, and you must be able to withstand that, because I've seen a lot of people, they always look at the upside, they always look at the possibility of earning money off of it, but they're not looking at the downside. So it's your knowledge on how game changing the technology will be that will allow you to invest in it. So my advice: start small, start with what you understand. If you don't understand it, spend 10,000 hours to research, and put put an amount of money that you can tolerate. But as for me, it's game changing technology. It's something that I've never seen in a long time. There's just so much misconceptions about it that we get led astray because we hear other people's opinions that have not really tried it. The best way for you to understand Bitcoin is to actually try it yourself and to actually see what it's disrupting. Because never in our entire history where we have an asset where you can send to different parts of the world at lightning speed, that can store value, that you can do for very very low cost. Biri mo papadala ka ng millions from via bank, it will take a very very long period of time. You can't even send your art, your property to another part of the world. But for Bitcoin, it changes all of that. So when you look at it from a technology perspective, and not just about going to the moon, and not just about price, that's where it will revolutionize the way you think. And when you see it that way, that's where it becomes interesting. That's where you will be like James and Mina, you go down the rabbit hole, because there's just so much that it could do to humanity as a whole.
See our comments there. They obviously love the topic. We obviously didn't have enough time. It was already going to be short to begin with, and then we had that outage with the internet. So we're going to have to leave it there. But can you tell people where to find you and get more of your great content, Marvin?
Yeah, just Marvin Germo YouTube. I have tons of videos about cryptocurrencies there as well. So yeah,
Okay.
it's always an honor. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir. All right. That's Marvin Germo, everybody, and his appreciate his time here. He's a very, very smart guy. Follow him on YouTube. He breaks it down, as you just experienced, in very simple to understand language. So he already had that audience when he was talking about the legacy system. So now even more that we're coming into this new era of digital economy, that language that he speaks is more appreciated, because it's really for a next generation of investor that's coming in. And I thought he had some wonderful advice. Understand, be committed to what you're investing in. Please just don't go on emotion. I fully believe in it, but really, like Marvin said, there's no other way except for you to have some skin in the game, to understand, and then slowly go down that rabbit hole, because you will understand the problem that you need to solve. If you don't understand that, the volatility is going to make you sick. You will not tolerate it, I guarantee you. It's even for the hardest of the hard, with people what they call diamond hands, it can get very, very tough, especially when the price either goes down or goes up. So both of them, right? You have some people think when the price goes down, that's actually when the people who are holding their coins, it's not as hard for them. It's when it goes up. Do I sell it? Do I sell it? But I'm in it for the long term. Anyway, we'll leave it there. I don't give a financial advice, so that's why I'll stay off it. That's why Marvin's here. I loved what he said. We'll leave it there for now because we have 1, 2, 3. The raffle. Today. Look at this. Oh, I think you'll only eat it if I eat it. That's right. That's right. You'll only eat if I eat. There you go. All right, rocket ship. Here we go, Rocket. Everybody's been waiting for you. Here we go. I think he wants me to chew it for him too. There you go. Here we go, Rocket. Now, after this, you got to start paying attention, all right? Okay. In your new pink outfit today, okay? Getting bullied by the other building dogs. You poor little thing. Okay, now, Rocket, you know the rules. You know a lot of people over here. We have 2,113 people, and those people are waiting for their raffle to be drawn by you. Okay, so they've been praying to the raffle gods, and they've been asking that you pick their name out. So let's bring it up. The first prize, because we've got so many prizes to get through. We have what? The Orion.
Yeah, right now.
Okay. This is like the it's the positive charge, right? Or negative charge, should I say? Negative ions, cleaner for the air. It's very good for. I mean, we some people used to wear this around their neck before, if you know this, but this one's for your home. It has negative charge ions, which are proven to actually create like they can bounce off viruses. You can check that out online. Well, they've got. Do your research. It's really cool. Okay, so the winner of the Aller Orion Cleaner, it's disinfector. You ready?
Yeah. Here's the rocket ship.
Here's the rocket ship. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. They're over there, Rocket. There. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm suing it today because the other dogs were teasing me. Yeah, they were teasing me in the elevator. They were calling me names. Here we go, Rocket. You ready? 1, dun, dun, dun. Okay. I got, you got a pretty easy job. Press the button, get there. Yes, congratulations, man. Okay, next. The only reason we feed Rocket actually on the show is because it's a lot of people think he's an avatar. They think he's like, he's fake and he's a green screen or some kind of augmented reality. So we give him food just to show that he is an actual real dog. Even though he's not quite, the excitement's internal. He feels it. It's gurgling inside, right, Rocket? Okay, next one is, Rocket, the kids out there are going to love you for this, right? You pick a kid's name pick a parent's name. There you go. And you will have a friend for life. Whoever wins this Lego Jeep Wrangler, it is so nice. And it's got working parts and everything. I saw it. Ready? Whoop. There it is. This is for the Jeep Lego set. Look over there. There you go. Congratulations, Ramel. Rocket is cheering for you. Yes, look at him. He's so excited. He's feeling it in his bones. Okay, Rocket. Another one, Rocket. Look, Abby's trying to get your attention, Rocket. Rocket is so behaved. Yes, he's behaved because he's got such an easy job.
Follow him on Instagram.
Follow him on Instagram, the Rocket Launcher. Yeah. But then you can't like send him private messages asking him to rig the raffle for you because his mom reads it.
Great. Which one do you want next?
Whatever's next, Rocket, we'll press that. But Rocket's not, he doesn't seem fussed with it all. So far, we've given the Orion, and we've given out the last one was the
Lego.
Lego.
All right. Next is our friends, our friendly friends.
Our friends from? Our friends from? Motolite! Pang matagalan. Of course, Motolite have been proud sponsors of this raffle for quite a while now. So they've been powering up all this happiness with all the extra power of their super long-lasting batteries. And this is the number one battery in the country by far. So 2 people are going to win batteries. And these are going to be GCs. So these are awesome. You can just, you don't have to tell us what the car is beforehand because we were having to ask you that before. Now we just give you the GC and then you put it in. Well, you don't put the GC in your car. You know what to do with the GC. You give it to the people. They give you a battery that suits your car. All right. So ready, Rocket? Look, there we go. One.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right. All right.
Okay. Ready, Rocket? So, yep, the rocket launcher on IG. If you want to keep up with his life, he's got a life. Actually, he's got more of a life than most people I know. And Kerwin Jonathan. Congratulations. Look at him, he's just so... Even sometimes I need to know if he's real. Maybe I really need to put some Motolite in this kid, All right, next. Okay, Rocket. There you go. This is almost it. This is almost the last one. I can tell because I'm running out of food. Oh, lots of people waiting for the JBL.
Let's go next then.
You think you can reach that JBL for me, X? I'll show them the Quan. Here, it's right there. It's right there. There you go.
Even pink one.
You'll get a pink one though. These are so cool. And I was listening to this last night. The sound of this, it's like warm Jamaican rum pouring out of the speaker. It's so smooth, so nice. Right? Just makes it transports you. So good. It's their latest one too. So you'll be one of the first in Asia to get them to celebrate their 75th year. Happy birthday, JBL. You look awesome. Like I said, sound even better. And these things here, I mean, the sound is just incredible. The design is fantastic. It's dustproof, it's waterproof, and it also acts as a power bank. How cool is that, right? So maybe we could, Rocket could use a power bank himself right now. You ready to press? Ready, Rocket? Okay. If you press, you get this. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Rocket, they say never work with children or animals. I'm working with an animal child. This person, I guess it might be a girl. We don't want to assume, but Ash, you are like the most hated person. I mean, the luckiest person right now in the stream. Yeah, also the hated. People are like, I want to win that. You know how many people were messaging saying, I want to win that? I was like, yeah, so do I. It's an awesome prize. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. And now, next up, Kleenex.
First 5.
You know what? I love these things. This is the first 5, and then there's 5 on Instagram too. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So there's 10 to give away. We'll do them in 2 batches of 5. You ready, Rocket? Oh, he's just licking my fingers there. Just make it.
Just remind them what they're gonna win.
All right. So it is a huge pack of different stuff. You've got masks. You've got Kleenex, boxes of tissue. You've got tissue paper. I mean, it's just really who you can never have too much tissue in your house. Seriously, look at this. This is going to be one showcase for you. There's new antibacterial wipes, and I gotta say, the day-to-day masks, the daily masks, they are the nicest ones that we here. Check them out. They're just so nice. They're just so, light, nice. They're the daily ones. They have one that is a KF94, but this one here, if you just wanted to, get out, go around and do some light stuff or whatever, I love them. They're so comfortable, and the material is so nice and soft. So that's just one of the many things you're going to get in that little basket that we're going to give you. So here come the first 5 names. Rocket, sorry, I know he's like, oh, I was asleep already. He's like, but I was asleep. We're almost there, Rocket. Almost there. Even Rocket's just a long one. Apollo Torres. All right, Michael Santiago is our lucky last there. So hope you saw your name there. Hope you were the one that was picked. We got one more batch. Before that batch, if Brent is out there, happy birthday, Brent. Brent is always tuned in. Well, I think legally he has to. Yes. Yeah, legally he has to because it's ex's boyfriend. So yeah. Happy birthday, Brent. Kuya. Okay, ready? Let's go. You're not getting this till you press the button. You're not getting it till you press the button. You're not getting it till you press the button. Press that button. There you go. I don't know if everyone saw his jewels. Did they? Did he flash himself? I hope not. Did you flash yourself? 2,277 people. Oh, we haven't done the Columbia stuff yet. Oh my God. You have another one.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but I ran out of food. Here we go, Rocket. Here we go. I was like, I didn't time the food. That's how many raffle prizes we have going on. I wasn't able to time the food to last long enough. But we're coming back with the major raffle prize, and that's a foldable bike from our good friends at Columbia. But in the meantime, watch this. Awkward. Here we go, Rocket. Wow, we're supposed to play a video. There we go.
They can't hear anything by this. You have to talk over.
Okay, so they can't hear anything, but this is a new heat tech where gold is better than cold, or it's going to beat cold. Gold beats cold. That's the one. Gold beats cold. And I tried it on just to see what it was like. And oh my gosh, I was all toasty warm. I mean, I had to, if you're in a cold country, that thing, I mean, and everyone's traveling now. Have you noticed? Like everyone's getting out and going to these colder countries because it is cold now in like Europe. It's cold in, you can go to Japan, Southeast Asia, Korea, places like that. A lot of people are escaping this lockdown and stuff. So you might want to need one of these, this Columbia with the heat tech and that gold technology. So we're giving away to celebrate this new technology that they've just released. We're giving away this Bassini bike. It's a foldable bike. And then we're going to be giving away also GCs, 5,000 pesos worth of GCs that you can spend at ROX, which is the ultimate adventure store for me, where you can go and get all this Columbia gear, anything you want. that up to 5,000 pesos. So that's our raffle prize. That's our grand draw. I think that foldable bike is just awesome. I didn't even want to take it out of its, if you notice, I took it out of the box just for the photo, but I didn't want to take out any of the wrappings and stuff like that because I want that person who wins it to experience the unboxing for themselves, or at least experience the first ride on that bike, the first unpacking and the first putting it together. It's just a part of the experience. So you ready, Rocket? Okay, this is it, the final one, Rocket. There we go. Oh my gosh. Imagine. Come on, Rocket. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. There you go. And now. Why naman pink? Why pink? There's his rocket launcher's Instagram account. That's the bike. That's 5K. That's the 5K. You can see on the top there, 5K from Colombia. And this is the bike. Oh! You see the winner? No. All right, Rocket, you're off the hook. You've done your work. Say goodbye to your fans. And if you wanna keep up with Rocket's life, you know, like I said, he's got a bigger life. He's got a better life than I do right now. You can check him out on the Rocket Launcher on IG as well. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And, well, congratulations to those who won. And sucks to be you if you didn't. But follow me on IG, and we might be able to work something out. Till then, I'll put Rocket down. Bye, guys. All right, so that takes us to the end of the show. I hope you won something today because it was a pretty big one. There's so many raffle prizes going out. And if it was you, if not, we've got next week again. And till then, we're going to leave it there. We'll see you next week. Oh, no, we will, right?
No.
It's going to be a...
It's Vios Cup, so maybe a raffle draw.
Might just do a raffle draw. We might not have the full production for next week because of the Vios Cup. But we'll do a live raffle draw from there anyway as well, like we did last time. So till then, this has been Tito James on behalf of the entire team. Bye, everybody. Stay safe.
Fancy meeting you in my internet. Couldn't help but notice your smile while everybody else around us is surfing about. Can we just stop and chat a while? Get away from these gray and boring, lonesome days of our quarantine. Early yet to say what lies ahead. It's just the first day of the rest of our lives. Love could be waiting at the end of this quarantine. Let's stop and talk a while. Let's stop and talk.